Welcome to Odsal Stadium, Bradford, for the 1997 staging of the Formula One Championship of the World. SCM Video is here to cover the event. Lining up on the front row of the grid, we have 53 John Lund, the defending champion, and of course trying to equal Stu Smith's legendary record of 6 world titles. Alongside him, 391, Stu Smith's son, Andy. Andy looking to repeat his success at the last time the meeting was staged here, back in '94 when he took the title. And of course behind them sitting is 515 Frankie Wayman Jr. Frankie looking to capture his first world crown, although he was down in New Zealand back in January and captured the world 240 cubic inch title. Behind me you can see all the foreign drivers lining up on the track. They're just about to start off on their qualifying race to determine their grid positions. It's going to be one heck of a race and we'll be here to cover it for you. So looking in front of us now, we have the cars lined up, the foreign entrants for their qualifying race for the 1997 Championship of the World. These drivers taking part in an initial race to determine where they start on the main grid. Foreign drivers will come in on row 3 and then 6, 9, every 3 rows down the grid. Drivers from all around the world. Heading the lineup here is the USA 59 entry, that's Bob Ciccone. Bob, a prolific midget driver out in the States, but also having raced a variety of other cars. From quarter midgets up through midgets and sprint cars, Silver Crown. He has won some USAC races and won in Formula V as well. Behind Bobby sat there, we've got the NZ11 entry of Stan Hickey. Stan racing a Frankie Wayman Jr. prepared car. There's Dave Tennant, NZ75. Looking further down, we have Joop van der Werf, Benny Nata from Holland. Lou Wabbers just moving out there in the H22 car. Lou having won the long track world title just a month ago.
Qualifying positions on the grid for the overseas entrance. Green flag goes down and they're underway. H22, the long track world champion, leads them round the first turn with the number H75 car of the NZ75 car rather in that second position. All of them stretched down there at the moment. Several of them, of course, getting the feel of the track. That looked like 228 who was in a bit of trouble over there. And there's a bit more trouble over on the far side with Bimmel gone in car number 77. So it's Lou Wabbers in car number 22 from NZ75 in second position at the moment and moving up through into that third place. Joop van der Werf, car number 228. Bimmel back in the running, but that certainly isn't going to improve his chances. That little spot of bother that he has down there. Still Wabbers in car number 22 from number 875. Or let's try NZ75, if you would. Dave Tennant from New Zealand in that second position. Now those two have pulled away from the rest of this field at the moment. .228 and 25 next down there in line. 228. Joop van der Werf. Number 25, Barry Baarding-Hoper, moving up a little bit, trying to get past that Joop van der Werf car, which indeed he's done. And a little bit of changes there. Benny Nota in car number 34. Not giving too much away, but it looks as if one of the New Zealanders might well have improved upon his position last time round. Still Wabbers in car number 22. From Tennant in car number 75, those two having a great time. The man who's moved up into that third position at the moment, and this is all very important, is number H25. Barry Baarding-Hoper in number 25. And it's halfway next time round. Halfway next time, Mr. Starter. So we're moving into the second half of this pre-meeting qualifying event. Still trying to sort each other out. Wabbers in the lead in car number 22 from NZ75. Dave Tennant in that second position. Those two right away in the rest of the field. Five next time, Mr. Starter, so with 5 laps to go. Wabbers is certainly looking all set at this stage to ensure he gets himself a nice position on the grid here for the biggie later on this evening. Coming around there nicely. Oh, number 35 there, obviously got himself a flat tyre. That isn't going to help him too much. That, I think, is Fred Hinkin, number 35. On car number 228, clipping the fence over on the far side, that's the Open de Verf. Into the closing stages of this event then, with the long track world champion Lou Ovis in car number 22. He's in the lead of Ovis then, coming out of that turn, laps ticking by, no problems for him there. That could upset the apple cart. That cornering there, a bit of tarpaulin has gone across the track. Most of them now avoiding it, ripping it aside and keeping it out of harm's way. The last lap board is out. And the checker flag is about to be prepared. And it's a good start to the afternoon and evening's entertainment for the man who wins that event. Long track world champion Lou Ovis in car number 22. From Dave Tennant from New Zealand in car number H75 or NZ75. Bumpers still going in on that corner. That'll do us, Mr. Starter. Reds, please.
Let's hear it then, ladies and gentlemen. Our first race of the evening here at Oslo Stadium, and the winner qualifying for row 3 of the big race later on tonight, our long track BriSCA Formula 1 world champion.
What should have been the top qualifier from Holland, but unfortunately he's not racing due to injury. 217 Ron Kroonder. Ron, what happened about a month ago at Buxton when you raced the car that Peter Folding built for you?
Yeah, I can't tell you exactly because I didn't remember. I was maybe 6 or 7 hours that I don't remember, but I had a big crash in Barlow, so, and maybe now another crash in Buxton, and that injured my ribs and my head, so that's it.
Because the night before you raced at Stoke and you did ever so well, coming third in the final and then second in the Grand National, so the car was set up perfectly for the Shale.
Yeah, that's why we didn't want to change it at Buxton. Maybe that was the problem. So the car was maybe a little bit slidey and maybe a little hit, I don't know, and I get into the fence and that's it.
Yeah. How do you feel at the moment? Are you recovering or?
It's going better, but it's not. I'm not good enough to drive. So if I'm maybe I can drive, but if I have a small bump or
and a small hit, and you might be injured again.
That's not what I want.
Okay. But you'll be probably back at the Dutch raceways in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. First, I had to be really recovered, and if everything is okay, I'm gonna drive.
It's a shame that you can't race today because you qualified as a top Dutchman for the World Final. But perhaps next year, when it's hopefully on Shale again, you can show the true potential of the folding car.
I'll do my best. It's a good car, it drives very well, so, but little accident and I'm not driving.
Okay. Ron, thanks for talking to us, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Well, the man who lives in the same street as Ron Kroonder is 240 Henk-Jan Ronies, and he did quite well in the well, it's not a practice session, it was an actual qualifying race where he got 5th. Are you pleased with that, Henk-Jan?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Car runs good. I have a new engine in it and a new back axle. I must take it easy, but it goes very well.
Is it a bit daunting to race on shale again after a full year on tarmac in Holland?
Yeah, I like the shale tracks. But I've not many races on the tarmac this year, dus I hope I do the best.
So how did it feel to race on shale again? The first few laps, was it difficult to get into the groove?
Yeah, it was not easy in the 5 laps, but after that it goes, I go faster.
So you're in the middle of the grid now for the World Final. What do you think about that?
On the long track I told you, I say nothing and it goes very well. So, again, I told you nothing.
So by telling me nothing, you think you can go for a finish then?
I hope so.
Okay, well we wish you all the best with a new engine. You've altered the car quite a bit, I believe, to race here today. So I hope it pays off for you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Je staat nu vrij vooraan op de derde rij, geloof ik. Dus je hebt nu echt een kans om de WK te winnen. Begint het nou een beetje van binnen te kriebelen?
Ja, maar dat doet het hele weekend al. Maar ja, het begint nou echt te jeuken natuurlijk. Ja, we moeten maar afwachten hoe het gaat.
Ja. Denk je dat je een rol kunt spelen in de WK-race zelf?
Oh, dat hebben we nog nooit gekund, maar ik probeer in ieder geval te finishen. Dat is voor mij al heel belangrijk. En dan kijken hoe ver we komen. Er zullen heel veel uitvallen zijn, maar je moet eerst de eerste helft moet je door en dan zien we verder.
Oké, ik vertaal het even in het Engels allemaal. Our first question I asked Lau, was he pleased with the win in the qualifying race? Well, he said yes, of course. I've never been able to do so well on shale, and he says the result mainly was due to the help he's been getting from Frankie Wayman, where he's stayed for most of the week. He set the car up and it all went from there, but of course he's now on row 3. Well, it's best to have a chance to win the World Final, so he's hoping to make an impression in the race and hope for a good finish, but it's not going to be easy with so many retirees. Heel veel succes in de WK, Lau. En ja, misschien word je wel de eerste coureur in de geschiedenis die zowel de lange baan WK wint als de WK hier in Engeland. Maar dat moeten we gewoon afwachten.
Ja, dat zou wel wezen, maar ja, afwachten maar.
Oké, hartstikke bedankt voor je tijd.
Bedankt.
Okay, here we have the driver of the H34 car. It's Benny Nauta. Benny, first of all, we have a little presentation for you from your English friends that nickname you the Ninja.
Yes.
Good luck for the World Final.
Okay, thank you. I have read it on my car. You can see it on the car now. There's, you know, you can look at it.
Yeah, we see the name on your car. That's great. Certainly the English fans are very happy about you. Do you have a lot of Dutch fans here supporting you?
Yeah, also, we have a lot of friends that are coming over from me. We have about 20 people in my buses also. But, it's going to be fun today.
Have you been out to practice on the track?
Yes, yesterday we was over by Frankie Wayman and he has helped us with the car and the car was good. And yesterday we have a lot of laps have drive and yeah, it was good. Because it's real new for me. This is my second race on Shields. I hope it's going to be good.
Yes, we saw you over at Coventry at the start of the month. You went home with a lot of damage.
Yes, that's true. First heat it was very good. There were 25 cars in it and I was first of 6. And I was like in the final, and after the final, like in the final, I had a little bit damage, like a flat tire, and does not go so good. And the Grand National, I thought, oh, it was going good, and try it again, and yeah, a little bit too heavy.
Yeah, the car is all fixed up now and it's ready to race.
Yeah, it's ready for this good race. Yeah, because yesterday it was going very good. Dus, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's the driver of the H34 car. Good luck, Benny, in today's race.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Hoe ging het net in de kwalificatierace? Was het moeilijk om in één keer tussen al die stokkers te rijden op een baan waar je eigenlijk maar 1 keer een jaar komt? Want je hebt vorig jaar 1 keer op Sinter gereden, maar dat was het dan.
Ja, dat klopt. Het is natuurlijk eventjes aanvoelen, de eerste 2 bochten. Maar het ging heel goed. Ik moest achterop starten en ik ben de derde geëindigd. Dus ik kon een paar aan de kant tikken en het ging heel lekker. Het ging boven verwachting eigenlijk.
Ik zal het even tussendoor vertalen.
Ja.
He's very pleased to be here, his first ever World Final, and he says if he gets the chance again he will definitely return to the UK. About the qualifying race, he is very pleased, started at the back and punched his way forward to finish third eventually. And that puts him well up front for the World Final. Nou sta je dus vrij goed met de WK. Denk je dat je daar een rol in kunt gaan spelen nu?
Ja, dat zullen we zeker proberen. Hè?
Ga je weer de typische Minnemeyer uitspattingen laten zien?
Nou, ik ben Kev Smit nog niet, maar ik ga wel proberen vooraan te komen, ja.
He says, well, he hopes to make an impact on the World Final race itself. He's still not quite Kev Smith, but he's getting close. regarding his style. So we might expect some fireworks from the onion exporter from Friesland.
Yeah, have fun. That's the main thing.
That's right. Veel succes in de weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, dankjewel.
Here we go, take one. It's the driver of the 203 car, Danny Clark. Danny, starting on outside row 5, what are your chances from there?
Well, rough, I think, knowing me. Don't know. Who knows till you get there? Don't know.
What's the first bend going to throw up?
Hopefully everybody's going to go out, apart from me.
Do you see John Lund making a break for it from there, or the first three going to take each other out?
Hopefully, yes, but I don't suppose they will do, but there you go. Hope they do.
You've been having quite a good year this year. We see you back up to red top, which is good, get away from the blue paint. And of course, your silver anniversary special here, 25 years in the sport. The rumours are you are retiring this year, is that true?
Yes, afraid so. Yeah, finished.
Why? I mean, you're just going so good.
Too old. I'm old and hard up.
What about your form around Bradford this year? How do you rate the form here?
Awful, terrible. I'd have met foreigners practicing. I wanted to practice, but they wouldn't let me.
You, of course, raced in the semi at Long Eaton and you got 4th there, I believe. Were you happy with that? Was the car going well around Long Eaton?
Yeah, quite good round at Long Eaton, yeah. But, I mean, this is a totally different track. This is to racing. I mean, this is four little straights, really, but I don't know, we'll manage somehow.
Do you have to do a lot of setup changes for the car?
No, not really, no. Perhaps we ought to, but we don't.
So what are you going to be happy with tonight? Happy on the podium or...?
Finish.
Fair enough.
Anywhere.
A finish anywhere from Danny Clark. That's what Danny's hoping for. Danny, good luck in the race tonight.
Thanks very much.
Group of people crowded around the car of USA 59 Bob Saccone. Bob not having a particularly good run at all in the qualifying race. Just going down into turn 3. The engine suddenly seized, we think, and locked the back wheels, and he coasted to a stop of the fence. Early on in the race, about the second lap, he went out with Chris Bimmel and spent most of the race trying to get going again. Obviously, a concerned look on Andy Smith's face there. I believe it actually is Lisa Harter's car that Bobby's using. The number 2 car, Paul Harrison. Paul, you just qualified for the grid, getting on the back row there from the Consolation semi. Do you see a lot of carnage early on, a lot of stoppages that'll help you?
Well, there's a lot of cars in it. Obviously, there's likely to be a stoppage somewhere during the race. Wait and see, won't we?
We will have to wait and see. You went out of the semi-final here with a flat tyre, I believe?
Yeah, flat tyre. Me and Peter just got hooked up there and we both finished up with a flat, but good fortune in the Consolation semi means that we're probably both going to be in the race tonight.
That was a very good race, the Consolation semi. Of course, you came second to Ray Tilsley. Ray's having something of a rebirth, isn't he?
Yeah, we're going very well. He had a good start. In the restart, in the first start, he'd hit the fence and bust his back wheel, but on the restart, there were no making the same mistake and he were off like a rocket, wasn't he?
He was. What do you see happening in the race tonight? That first corner's going to be crucial, obviously, for the men up front. You can just sit back and let all the chaos happen in front of you.
Well, obviously, I'm a lot more relaxed this year myself. Every other year I've been here and I've hoped I'm going to win it. This year I know I've no chance starting from the back. I think your first bend, people are expecting a little bit more, I think, than what's really going to happen, because none of them are going to want to really mess it up on the first bend, and if the track's wet, it's not going to be suitable to make a do or die, I don't think. I think you'll be a bit disappointed, really, on first bend myself.
Right, well, you say you don't rate your chances from the back. Of course, Peter Folding here had a 3rd from the back of the grid a few years back.
Peter's better than me.
Oh, you heard it here first on SCM Video. That's exclusive from Paul Harrison there. Well, Paul, we wish you the best of luck from the back of the grid tonight.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, it's the driver of the 97 car, Murray Harrison. Murray, inside row 5, is that a little bit far back?
No, not far, not far. I think it's still possible to win from there. We said originally, when we took the semis, anywhere in the first 5 rows the winner could come from. I'd like to have been a bit nearer the front, but we're not, so we're still, I think, in with a shout.
Right, good. Do you see something big happening in the first bend with those top 3 at the front, or is it just going to be very calm?
I think it'll be calm. I think there's all the hype and everything else that's going on. I think they'll all be being careful at the start. I can see John bulking him up to get a flyer at the end of the day. I don't think nobody will take a big gamble. The only one who might take a big gamble is Rob Pearce. He said that he's going to do it, but normally when people say they're going to do it, they don't do it. They just try and get it to sort of like everybody worried they're going to do it, like. But I don't think it'll be that sort of vicious at the start. I don't think so anyway myself.
Everybody's saying you had an excellent semi-final race here. You would have won it had it not been for problems you had with the car. Several people I've spoken to already are tipping you for big things today.
Well, we had a gamble on tyre choice that day to work the last end of the race, and it worked because there was a stoppage. We've had to change our plans today, mainly because of the fact it won't dry out this quick. It won't dry out as fast as it did last time. There might be a stoppage, I think, but we took another gamble on tyres, different combination. I've not run it here before. I've ran it just recently, both at Long Eaton and Coventry, and I was reasonably pleased with it. So I've just got to see what it does here. If it gives me a big push here, then I'm going to be in trouble, but we'll just have to drive around it.
What will you be happy with at the end of the day?
Winning it. Winning it.
That's good. Like Frank Wayman, you're lending a car to a New Zealander as well, Dave Tennant. He did very well out in the qualification race there.
Yeah, Dave drove well, kept his head, done exactly what we told him to do. He went out there. We told him not to win it, told him to come second, and he's done just that. Steady drive, kept out of trouble. Very pleased with what he's done. He's coping with the car really well.
He seems to be having a good run so far. I believe Coventry was his first meeting where he actually managed to roll Lou Wobbs as well.
Yeah, that was a bit of an eye-opener for him straight away. But he settled down really well with it, like, you know, really pleased with it.
Great, well, there you go. You have it, 97 driver, Murray Harrison. Murray, good luck for tonight's race.
Thank you.
Five car, Dave Tennant. Dave, this is quite a bit different from what you're used to.
Yeah, it surely is. Exciting though, really enjoying it.
You had a good race out there in the qualification race, coming in second.
Yeah, it's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to come home first or second, and we achieved that. I was pleased.
You had quite a baptism of fire at Coventry at your first meeting when you managed to roll Lou Wobbs in the first race.
Yeah, hence why I kept my distance on him.
Right, how do you like the Bradford track? It's got a plate fence as against the wires that you have been racing against.
Yeah, no, more to my liking. We race against concrete walls at home, so this steel fence is no problem to me. Used to it all the time.
Great. How does the power compare? Because you only have 240 cubic inches in your engines down under.
Yeah, 240 cubic inch probably does about 350 to 400 tops, and I'd say these have got a good 200 on that, so a bit different, all right.
Yeah, certainly are. Well, good luck for today's race, third row. We hope you do well from there.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope to be there at the end. That's the main aim of this trip.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. That's Dave Tennant in the NZ75 car. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
The 175 car, Rob Pearce. Rob, inside row 4. That's quite a good place.
It'll do. It could have been better, but it'll do for today.
Yeah, you were hoping for a little better in your semi-final. You did get third.
Yeah, that was a surprise third, really. I mean, I was hoping to catch Jamie towards the end, but it, you know, fizzled out, so just how it goes, isn't it?
Some people may say it's not a surprise. I mean, it's a very good car you had. It's the ex-Bobby Burns car.
It's 8 years old. It's bent.
Well, yes, but then you look at Mr. Lund. He's got an 8, 9-year-old car, and that won the world title last year.
Ah, well, he's a very experienced, cool dude, isn't he, really?
Whereas you just go in there and put it about a bit.
Yeah, I'll go in there and put it about a bit, but my biggest worry is the foreigner in front of me. And especially with Murray breathing down my neck as well. And old Ian Platt's alongside. I've got to keep him out there and hope Murray don't come in too hard on the first corner. That's all you can do, isn't it?
So it is, yeah, you must be pleased to be back racing this year, and of course it's all thanks to your sponsors, Be Warm Windows.
Oh yeah, Derek Hines, you can't fault the bloke. He's got his other uses as well though. He's a season ticket holder down Leicester City, so we see quite a few matches now.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's great to see Rob Pearce back. Rob, good luck in the race tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You did, you went down the straight and you hit him into the corner, no problem. He went out high, you went down low, but unfortunately...
Well, here you've got Andy Smith and Bob Zacconi deep in discussion, talking about the qualification race there. Bobby, not quite what you wanted in the qualification race, was it?
No, not quite. I was a little bit more aggressive, but it's kind of like Murphy's Law. And I hit the Dutch guy and had him set up, and I got underneath of him, and he made a left turn in front of me, and I got hung up on him. And that was it.
I believe you got problems with the oil pressure of the car now, though.
Right. After I got it restarted, I forgot to put it in second gear. So it sounded neat, but I lost the oil pressure. Now that, I don't think we hurt the engine, but we're done for the night.
I guess that's something if you didn't hurt the motor, but it's a real pity that you come all this way and not get in the race.
That's the way it goes. I mean, that's racing. I could go 20 miles away from where I live and do the same thing. So it was fun to see England and fun to race against everybody, and it was nice of Andy Smith to lend me his equipment to run. It's really good equipment, and I naturally hope he wins the race. So we're just racing. That's just the way it is.
Well, it's a shame to see Bob Ciccone out of the race. Andy, though, sitting on the front row there outside of Mr. Lund, you must rate your chances pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose I do. Yeah, just going back to what Bobby was saying, we're a little bit disappointed because we came testing yesterday here at Bradford, and me and Bobby went out at the same time. First time he'd sat in the car, he buckled up and he went out there, and he was very much on the pace of me, you know. So he did really well yesterday. You know, I'm very disappointed that this thing's happened, because I think he could have made a good showing, you know. It's very different for him, you know, going out there. He was instantly fast in practice, but when you get a few more cars out there, and I don't think they have the respect like they do in America, you know, you've got to really fight for that line up the inside. If you ain't got it completely, then they just cut across you, and that's one of them things. But as far as that goes, yeah, we were a bit disappointed, but hopefully my luck our luck will change, and I'll do the business.
Okay, I believe you opted for the big block car for you to use tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was a toss-up which car I raced, really. We wasn't too sure. I just went with this one because I've been racing it for 3 or 4 years now. It's a good, reliable old thing, you know. Yeah, whatever, we'll see what happens.
Well, it seems to be the way. In '94, you had problems in the week leading up to the World Championship and then went and won the race. There's problems here today. Are you going to win the race?
I don't know, yeah, in '94, the engine in the car we planned to race broke 3 days before the big race, so we raced the completely wrong car and it all went perfect, didn't it? So hopefully we'll be in for a repeat tale.
All right, well, do you see big things happening on the first bend, or is everybody just going to take it steady? Are you going to slip in behind Mr. Lund and follow him around from there?
I'm sure if big things do happen, I will see it, won't I? But I don't know. Young Wayman might think he's got to do John straight away, but then again, it isn't the track where you can do somebody straight away, because the wall's there for people to bounce off and you're still in with another chance. It's not like the post and rope situation where you can get rid of somebody and they're gone. So I hope we all get through the early laps and we can have a real good race. I think there's going to be a lot of traffic out there, so the fastest man isn't necessarily going to win the race. But hopefully, you know, it'll be good and clean early on and we can be there or thereabouts towards the end.
Well, that's great. Well, we wish Andy Smith good luck. Bobby, real tough deal, but thank you for coming over to England anyway.
That was neat. Thanks, I enjoyed myself.
Well, good luck to Andy and commiserations to Bobby.
Late arrival to Bradford Stadium, as usual, is 53 John Lund, the reigning world champion, and also the defending world champion. John, it's been a long season for you as world champion. You've defended the Gold Roof in style. You've travelled all over the country again. And today you have to defend that title and hopefully go for a 6th one. So how are you feeling just a few hours before the big race?
I haven't really had time to think about it just lately. I've been very busy at home. We've got a lot of damage at the last Coventry to my car. We seem to have been flat out fixing it ever since. Hopefully it's going to hold together tonight. I just hope to survive, really, and if nobody passes me, I'll win. But I don't think it'll just be as easy as that.
You've always gone well round Bradford. I remember in '93, '94 when you had a bit of a lean spell in Formula 1. So you came to Bradford and you still were performing well, superbly around this track. And also this year you won a couple of finals. So is that an extra bit of confidence to you that you go well around this track?
I definitely like racing here. I've always liked the track. It's just shape of it, I think, you know, but it'll be a lot different tonight. There'll be a lot of traffic and a lot of cars, and I think you probably won't be able to use the track as you maybe want to, because you'll spend a lot of time trying to get around slower cars and pile-ups. So I think it'll take some winning. Need a bit of luck, or a lot of luck, and a lot of skill.
Do you think the conditions will play a big part, because we're fairly late in the season, it's already the end of September? Maybe the track will be quite wet, and you have to alter your tactics according to the surface.
Well, a fortnight ago we were thinking it was going to be really wet because the weather was terrible, but this last week around here it's been really dry. It's like been summer again, so I think it will be quite dry, the track. So it'll probably be fast and furious, I would think.
So who do you think will be your biggest rivals? Of course, you've got Andy Smith alongside, Frankie Wayman Jr. behind. It's going to be quite hectic in the opening laps, I should think.
I'm sure it will be very hectic. there's a lot of fast men at the front. There's some faster men further back and at the very back. And even those drivers who aren't perhaps as fast will still, I think, play a big part in the end result. Everybody's a threat, really. Some because they're obviously going to be fast, and some because of the way they drive, you know. Everybody will want to win, so we just have to try and keep out of trouble and keep going.
Is that sixth World final which will equal Stuart Smith's score, is that on your mind, that you can make history tonight?
I'm very happy to have won it once. Winning it twice was, you know, the icing on the cake, and I would never ever have imagined winning it as many times as I have. So, I mean, if I won it 6 times, I don't know what I'd think about that, really. I think I'll cross that bridge when I get there, if I get there.
Okay, John, thanks very much for talking to us, and all the best in the World Final tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, with me we've got Frankie Wayman Jr. 515. Frankie, inside second row, that's the place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, so they say. I'm not sure, like, but I've started there before. We didn't have such a good run that time. They reckon it's sort of a good place to start. So you're on the inside, you're out of trouble. So we'll see how it goes.
Is it going to be a big first bend?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I don't know. Just read the race, see how it goes. I mean, it's a long race, 25 laps. You know, it doesn't all have to happen at the start, does it? I mean, we'll just see how it goes.
You've already won world title this year. You were very close to winning the second.
Yeah, we won the 240 cubic inch in New Zealand, and then, like I say, got second in the long track, which we're really pleased with. So, you know, I'd like to finish high up tonight. You know, I won't be that worried if I don't win it. After 94, you know, I said, look, 1 year it'll come and that's it. So, we're just waiting.
It took Willie Harrison long enough to win it, so I think all good things come round eventually.
Yeah, if you're patient, and you know, 1 year it will go your way. That's how it is. And like same with John Lund, it took him a lot of years to win it. Then when he wins it, you know, then you keep on winning them. So hopefully we'll be like that.
You got a new shale car out that came out at Coventry, I believe. Obviously the sponsors really helped you this year.
Yeah, the sponsors have been good. Rapid Orange and Tony Cole with the engines and that. A lot of it's like the team been very hard. You know, keeping them all together and doing all the meetings and everything. So, but no, I'm very pleased with the car. It's gone well both times I've been out. I'm very comfortable with it. So we'll see how it goes.
I believe you were around here yesterday practicing. How does it feel around here?
Yeah, we're all right. I mean, track wasn't all that good yesterday. We just trying things out because we'd a bad oil leak on the gearbox at Long Eaton. So we just really wanted to make sure that we're sorted. Same as John Lundy had a lot of damage at Coventry, and he came yesterday and he still had problems yesterday. So I was lucky that he came really. So.
Right, and of course you're helping one of the New Zealand guys this year, Stan Hickey in the number 11 in your old shell car.
Yeah, that's the exact copy of this car. I mean, they're both exactly the same. I don't think, you know, there's much between them, to be honest, but that, you know, Stan supported me with the car over there, first class car. You know, it was absolutely brilliant. So I mean, that's why I've just given him that car. You know, he could have had a new one, but you know, that's like I said, there's nothing in it. So I mean, I'm happy with this. So, and he's very comfortable with that. So yeah, he's going well.
Great, well I guess if you're happy with the race car then you should have a good race. Frankie Wayman Jr., good luck in the race.
Thank you, cheers.
Thanks very much.
Now what's going to happen as we swing into action all the way around this fast Bradford Bowl? Sean Tilley in the lead in car number 94. We've got somebody high and dry down there. It looks like Scuthern, I think, in car number 152. Neil Scuthern in car number 152 in a very precarious position on the Bradford turn. The rest of them well spread out. Trouble down here for number 255 and 413 Matt Bennett. And it looks as if the Dutchman's caught up there in car number 1 with what looks like Andy Turner's 488. Nigel Warnley sale there in car number 198. He's the man who's got a car for sale. We're just keeping an eye on that Scuthern car right to there. A bit of a dodgy position to be, particularly when things like that happen. And we've got waved yellows, Mr. Starter, please. Waved yellows, if you would. Red and a great restart, Mr. Starter, please. Red and a complete restart. So just to repeat, ladies and gentlemen, the race has been readied. It'll be a complete restart. Cars on the grid, the race over 16 laps. In deze race gaat over 16 ronden. En er zijn 18 auto's op de baan. The flag goes down, well away. Sean Tilley then taking the lead right from the drop of the flag from his front row position in car number 94, goes out a little bit on the wide side on the Bradford turn. Nigel Wall is just behind him in car number 198, the rest of them all bunching up together. Stu Bellows in car number 13, right in the thick of things over on that far side, and he's chasing the number 255 car by the look of it down that far side. Eric Brown in car number 255 from Angus, north of the border in Scotland. John Toulson out there, David Toulson rather, in car number 86 from Barnet Castle in County Durham. Good to see him about again. 94, the man now who's leading the... Oh, and Tilley there looked as if he was going to go straight into the wall as he exited from the home straight there. That was certainly a little bit dodgy. More of them over on that far side, and just look at them go there. Chris Box up involved in car number 338, but meanwhile, as the bumpers go in a little bit further down and David Gaunt gets himself in problems in car number 274, it is still Sean Tilley in car number 94 who leads the pack. Dave Gaunt back in the fray, just getting a little bit of help from Jeff Nichols in car number 215 by using the front end again. 423 goes by, so does car number 1, and off goes Broxop with a flat rear tyre in car number 338. The leaders go through again, and Tilley seems to be having an awful job handling that car into the turns, number 94, but nevertheless he's still got himself a very comfortable lead indeed, as you can see. So he's not too worried about that. Seems to get round the one turn all right, but then drifts out a little bit on the wide side. He doesn't know when he's got trouble. That's why he's in fact got trouble, and that could be more tyre trouble in actual fact, just looking across the arena and taking a quick look at that car. So that puts Nigel Wally in charge now. Oh, 198. Nigel Wally in car number 198 comes from Northwich. Gets himself there, and it looks as if the second man is number 34. Mal Brown. Now, Mal is quite a useful exponent at the front end, as you've just seen, so it could be that Nigel might well be on his way very, very shortly. 198 in car number 34. Well, he goes out wide on that turn in car number 198, but strangely enough, something nasty happens to Mal Brown on the same turn, and so it's an as-you-were situation. With Toulson coming through nicely in car number 86, David Toulson, he's picking them off, and we're at the halfway stage, Mr. Starter. So into the second half this time round, and the man who still leads is over on that far side, but Brown coming back again, this time uses the bumper, hoping to push Whaley aside in car number 198. Once again the door's firmly shut as Mal Brown tries to get through, and now Mal Brown in fact is also coming under pressure from Toulson in car number 86. The first three are very close, going out wide on the Bradford turn. This time Mal Brown gets through on the underside of the 198 car, and he takes the lead down the back straight, car number 34 from David Toulson in car number 86 in that second position. First and second, Toulson driving well, with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. Oh, and in go the bumpers there, and it looks as if Toulson could be taking over in car number 86, which indeed he's done, so the lead has changed yet again. And it's car number 86, the leader, from car number 34 in that second position. Coming around that turn nicely now, down the home straight into turns 1 and 2. It's David Toulson in car number 86, from Mal Brown in car number 34, with Nigel Wally in car number 198 in that third position. As to the rest, well, they're still getting themselves sorted out, but the red tops are in there, and in fact there's a little bit of old bumper work going on there, and that was Richard Mason in car number 202, who actually clobbered the cars immediately in front of him and sent them flying in all sorts of directions. So Toulson then in the lead in car number 86. You can see him over on that far side, opened up a bit of a gap from Mal Brown in that second position in car number 34, and Nigel Whaley in car number 198 in that third position. 1, 2, 3. The third man some way behind, and the fourth man even further, and in fourth place in fact is Eric Brown in car number 255. Mitt Mason could well be up there next in car number 202, and then probably Andy Turner in car number 488, but those are just observations as the 2-lap board goes out. Car number 86. Toulson down that back straight. Laps ticking by quite rapidly now. Toulson taking it quite calmly and quite coolly all the way around. Several cars littered around the pit bend turn, which has depleted the field somewhat. There's the checkered. Toulson takes it. He'll be delighted about that in car number 86. Followed by Mal Brown in second position in car number 34, and in third place 198. So Nigel Whaley then done quite well in car number 198 to finish third. As to the rest, not until the charts have been checked will we give you those, but certainly we're reasonable about. And it's Reds, Mr. Starter, please. Johnson in car number 383, Craig Howarth in 52, Gary Lenton in car number 264, Steve Booth in 446, H55, he's out there, 226, and they're going to go straight away by the look of it, and they are, lots of cars out there. Remember that it's Stephen Toon in car number 201, oh, and there's trouble down there, right for the word go, 106, he goes just straight in there, quite hard. Jimmy Young in car number 106 and the 150 car of Graham Moles. He's doing all sorts of things down on the timber block. And as they move into the Bradford turn, they're getting ready to go down that far side. Oh, that looks a little bit dodgy over that back straight, but they've sorted themselves out. And those that are still running, and it looks as if Steve Ragg's gone into the lead in car number 71. How long will that be for? Not too long, because Martin Southwell in car number 277. He's moved up there quite nicely. Goes sliding out a little bit on the wide side, and it's Ragg's opportunity maybe to come back on the inside. 71. Toad still struggling a little bit in car number 201, 421, and Gary Utley in car number 489, he's there. Bert Schapp in car number 525, struggling to get to grips with it, but not doing too badly so far. Ragg departs over on that far side, and as the leaders come through again, it's 277 Martin Southwell. 277 Martin Southwell from... More trouble down here. Oh, and that's Jacqueline who's disappeared into the bulking in car number 137. Across the track goes the timber bulking, but it's shifted, in fact, back off the racing line, so that solves that problem all okay. And we've got a few of them hooked up over on the far side, including the number 250 car of Keith Chambers. And certainly more problems over on that back straight as well. Bert Schapp goes in car number 525. Lead has disappeared, so it could be oh no, both got going, so Bradshaw's still up there in second place. The man who still leads is Southwell in car number 277. So despite the fact that they had their own little barney up there, they were right back on track before the rest of the field had caught them. So Southwell's still there in car number 277. No problems for him from Bradshaw in car number 265. Otley, I think, is possibly in that third place, which indeed has now been confirmed. And Johnson's got to be up there as well in 383. So the first 3-4 cars then we've got nicely pegged as they come out of turn 4. 277 the leader, past the starters, Rostrom down there. 265, 489, 383. ...71 there, Steve Ragg gets a clobbering there, and the man who actually Dished it out was 4.93. Andy Powell, we're at the halfway next time round, Mr. Starter, please. So we're at the moving into the second half of this event. 277, Martin Southwell, that's the man. Jimmy Young's managed to move his car just. 489, Gary Utley is second, 383, Dave Johnson third. And the second and third men are having their own little go, as in fact Johnson there stuffs the front end into the rear of the Gary Utley car, but Utley just refuses to go. And it's 5 next time, Mr. Starter, so 5 laps to go. Now ease it down there. No problems. 277, 489. There's a problem down there for somebody, bouncing high and up over all the cars. And Stephen Toon, in fact, pulls off in car number 201. Not though before climbing all over the timber bulking down there. Fortunately, not doing too much damage to either the timber or his car by the look of it. So we're into the closing stage of this one, and it's still the 277 car. That's the one that's leading. Martin Southwell in car number 277. From Gary Utley in car number 489. Dave Johnson in car number 383. This heat sponsored by Photostocks. .226, Mark Webster goes by. Last lap board goes out. 277 is the man, Martin Southwell. He's done very, very well. He goes wide on that turn, and there could be a change, and indeed there is. It looks like Gary Utley, who's gone into the lead in car number 489, right on the very last lap. Southwell left behind. Oh, and that's a tyre or a wheel off. That's a loose wheel that's gone down there. It's rolled off the track, though. Looks as if it's still going to finish in the placings. Okay, Mr. Starter, Reds, please. Reds, if you would. The green flag's gone down, so they will. Oh, yes, they've already started. Look at that. Up, 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 up. So it's lovely. Back on the wheels he goes. Oh, I told you they were fun. Whoops, way! Whoops! Straight back, all over the place. Bits of fiberglass all over the place. There's another one. Look over on the side there. Whoops. Just keeping an eye on that one over on the far side there. Some of them taking... Yes, we've got Ray Jayos. Oh, another one over. far side. Well, we told you we got to sit in front. Way too loose because of that situation over on the far side. Well, looks like we're going to try and get that number 5 one going. He's brewing up nicely down there. Let's hope that we can perhaps get him fired up and join in. Here the store just giving a push to have a go. Right, it's gone down again, so let's see what happens. Wait for it, into that turn. Well, are they around there? They're all going to get round this time, I think. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Ooh, wallop. Oh, it's got to happen. Oh, where they go? Bounce back again, they both have. Yes, they could be fired up and be on the move in a minute. They are. They're on the way. We'll try 5 this time down there, will you please? No. So it's 4 actually this time. Madam Starter, please, thank you. Whoops, there's another one gone straight over. Look, oh, hey, doors flying open. Not quite back. He'll rock it back. He might rock that one back on the wheels. He'll be trying. The far side. Oh, it's got to happen. It's got to. It hasn't. .282 then the lead car, number 1. Number 53. Oh, it's got to go, and it does. Straight over again. Oops, wallop. And the driver looks as if I think actually they're trying to... Oops, something else is going to happen there. There's another one. Hey, away he goes again. Will we have any left by the time the checker flag goes down? Well, there's only 3 of them now. Oh, not quite, didn't go. So we've got to change again. And there they go, they got 2 of them going again. Oh, dig it into the toe. Didn't quite happen. Oh yeah, over the line goes 55. So there's the guy who climbs out of the top of the car, having won that event. Okay,
Well, what do you think of that then?
So you can hear the crowd reaction as the defending champion 53 John Lund rails his way onto the grid and salutes the massive crowd here at Bradford. That's a bit of showmanship for you. Looking at the crowd, the thousands of fans that are here for the biggest night of the year. It's the 1997 Championship of the World. So John getting presented with his award there. Starting the race on pole position, trying to emulate the great Stuart Smith in trying to take his 6th world title. people tip him to win this event is 515 Frankie Wayman Jr. There goes Frankie, supremely confident as ever. Nice new shell car, he debuted just a few weeks back at Coventry. Frankie, of course, also supplying a car for the New Zealand entry, NZ11 Stan Hickey. And next up on the outside of the second row, 464 Jamie Davison. Winner of the overseas qualifier race and the long track world champion in 1997, all the way from Holland, H22, Lou Vorbis. Rob a little disappointed to only get third in his semi, but third is a heck of a lot better than a lot of people did. Lining up on the inside of the fifth row is Kettering's 97 Murray Harrison. One of the veterans of the sport celebrating his 25th year in BriSCA Formula 1, that's 203 Danny Clark. Oh, it's a great character. Danny's been on the rostrum before, but never quite taken the title. Danny sits on the outside of row 5, outside Murray Harrison and behind Ian Platts. The 228 entry all the way from Holland, that's Joep van der Veer. As it says on the side of his car there, Joep is racing a chassis built by Frankie Wayman Jr. And there we have the Onion King, it's Minnie Mayer in the H69, Minnie racing in the northern fields of Holland. But an expert racer on the loose, racing for the Acorn organisation. Now we have Rob Cowley, always a crowd favourite, Rob in the 73 car. On the outside of row 7, all the way from Diss in Norfolk, it's the 217 driver, Rob Perry. Rob in only his second season in Formula 1. But still setting the tracks alight with his alternator between red and blue. Rob was involved in a spectacular incident at the start of the month which wrote off John Lund's car, took the roof off Rob's car and also did extensive damage to the H34 car of Benny Nuata. Here we have the 180 car of Ray Witts. Ray there sporting his own white top but a red roof on the car. 218, Derek Fairhurst. Derek has had limited appearances in 1997, but he's qualified extremely well for the World Final. Derek starts on the outside of row 8. H240 car of Henk-Jan Ronitz. And followed by 77 Ian Platts, a little out of order, but Ian starting on the outside of row 4. The H26 car there of Jan van der Last. And followed by a young guy making a name for himself in the sport, 284 Chris Lloyd. Chris took a final just a week ago at Northampton. Quite a win that was for him. 343 Barry Heath starts on the outside of row 10. Barry from Walsall in the West Midlands. And having a cracking year, his rookie season in Formula 1, it's the number 8 driver, Mick Harris. Mick moved into Formula 1 from Formula 2 just at the start of the year, won a heating final at Sheffield and qualified well. Phil Smith there in the 109 car. Phil starts behind Barry Heath, he's on row 11. And Chris Smokey Bimmel in the H77 car. Everyone's favourite, it's number H34, Benny Nuata. 22, Will Yarrow starts on the outside of row 13. The Phil Wheelton qualifying yet again for a World Final. He starts on the inside of row 14. Phil took his first ever final this year at Coventry. Absolutely amazing display earlier in the year. That's the H9 car there of Corey De Bruin. And Steve Smith in the number 40 car outside of row 14. Steve from Coventry there in the Midlands. Ray Tilsley won the World Championship title back in 1989 at Coventry. This year, as part of a sponsorship deal with Peter Folding, sees Ray using one of Folding's cars. Qualified, by the way, the Consolation semi, as did Paul Harrison there. So they start the big race out the back of the grid. H35, another Acon driver, that's Fred Hink. Stan Hickey there. Stan provided the car that won Frankie Wayman Jr. the World 240 cubic inch title back in January in New Zealand. Stan gets the same treatment when he's back up here now, racing the ex-Frankie Wayman shale car. Frankie, of course, racing his brand new machine tonight. Starting down at the back, the American entry, Rick Stanridge. Rick races USA 1. That's a borrowed Phil Smith car. Rick having raced here before. One of his most famous incidents, almost taking out the starter at Coventry. The NZ82 car, that's Kerry O'Connor. Kerry making a late entry into the World Final, but welcome nonetheless. Bob Ciccone, unfortunately, cannot make the race due to problems with his car after the overseas qualifying race. A lack of oil pressure in that car, forcing him unable to start the big race. And making the back of the grid, the 33 car of Peter Folding. Peter, as we said, coming in as first reserve for the Gazbot entry. That's Peter's father, Rod, sat in the driver's seat. Rod used to race years ago in the number 36 car. So all the cars out on track now as they shut the gates. Just the final dozen or so presentations to do. And the grid starts to take shape. Everybody looking fairly relaxed still. There's Andy Smith down the front, who's just been talking to John Lund. All the mechanics seem fairly easy about it all. Look, in the second row there was Jamie Davidson and Frankie Wayman Jr. starting on the inside. Dave Tennant there sat coolly on his car. Rob Pearce there already strapped into his car. Danny Clark, open face helmet as usual. Danny's trademarked the cling film there on his visor, ready to peel that off when it becomes all clogged up halfway through the race. Dutch drivers stood on the beams on the infield waiting to climb into their cars. And across on the infield there, oh, there's Rob Cowley in there and Rob Perry as well. 284 Chris Lloyd stood there. Barry Heath there sat on the side of his car, perhaps nerves starting to get to these drivers just a little bit as the grid forms up. Mick Harris there about to give his award over to his fans on the terrace. There's Chris Bimmel. Chris was out practicing at Long Eaton last night, making that car go extremely quickly. Last year, you may remember that Chris failed to make the World Final Grid after a practice incident at Long Eaton where he put the car into the fence, ripped various bits of the chassis off and also suffered a broken arm. That was tough luck for Chris last year, but Chris makes the grid this year.
Gentlemen, are you ready? Start your engines. 1997 BriSCA Formula One World Championship. The cars moving slowly round. A lap and a half, a rolling start for this one, racing over 25 laps. Zijn 6 en 30 auto's op de baan. De race gaat over 25 ronden. 36 cars on the grid. The race over 25 laps. There with it all to do, but who knows? Peter Fording maybe with a chance of getting up there amongst the first half dozen, but it's all surely going to happen on that first bend. 36 cars on the grid, moving slowly round. John Lund and Andrew Smith leading them through. They'll go round for a second lap, quickening up just a little bit. The field of cars looking pristine, freshly painted, looking good. And this will be the one, the 1997 Formula One Stock Car World Championship, about to break and get away. Who will take it as the cars move, the pace quickening just a little bit, the pressure's coming on, the tension in the stadium, keeping our eyes on that green flag as they move down that back straight, keeping their eyes on Mr. Starter, into turns 3 and 4, on goes the power, and we're underway, sweeping majestically around that top turn and over the start-finish line. John Lund in car number 53 on the inside with Andrew Smith on the outside, and there's the first one to go. Jamie Davis in car number 464 loses it on turn 1. John Lund, and we've got trouble down here right in front of the race control here. The leader coming through, it's John Lund in car number 53. From 391, Andy Smith and 212, and no, it's 515. Junior Wayman, there we got world final nerves straight away. Junior Wayman in car number 515 in that third place, but John Lund already pulling away in car number 53. Comes beautifully around that turn. The man who's defending the championship, 53, John Lund. From 391, Andrew Smith, and 515, Junior Wayman. Then in that next position, we've got NZ75 holding on there nicely. Looks like Chris Lloyd in car number 283 and 77 Ian Platt's bumpers going in. Murray Harrison dishing it out in car number 97. Still John Lund in car number 53, beginning to come up against back markers in this big field of cars here at Bradford tonight. He's already drawn away from Andrew Smith in 391. Junior Wayman's there in car number 515, and Lund is already beginning to put a couple of back markers amongst him as cars go slipping and sliding all over the place on that far side. Danny Clark's involved in car number 203 amongst others. The other one could be Murray Harrison in car number 97. The 22 car of Will Yellow gets restarted down here on the start-finish line, and that opens it up nicely. Ray Witch is moving through beautifully, and Peter Fording is moving round here rapidly as well in car number 33. But we're keeping our eye on the situation up front as John Lund in car number 53 begins to put back markers behind him, gets caught up with the USA star there, and Andrew Smith winds it up and tries to get there. The bumpers going in trying to push Lund aside. Junior Wayman shoves it in there, and that in fact has created problems for Andrew Smith and Junior Wayman. Andrew Smith goes, and Junior Wayman moves through to second place in car number 515 and goes chasing after 53 John Lund. Lund putting another back marker behind him. He could be inched out over on that far side, and in fact John Lund is in a bit of trouble there, but he makes a brilliant recovery, and once again he He holds his line though, but Junior Wayman is clogging on nicely. Car number 515, and just look at Junior go as he goes chasing after Lund. Lund being held back by back marker, and Junior Wayman suddenly makes up a lot of ground, and he's within a couple of cars, distance or less, on John Lund. Lund puts the bumper in on the car immediately in front of him to try and move him aside. Junior Wayman will follow him through on the same line as they come round turn 4 and down the home stretch. It is still John Lund in car number 53 from Junior Wayman. In car number 515, they all move and miss that problem spot on the Bradford turn. They move on the inside, miss it there. Still a lot of cars running as they go all the way down the line, but it's still number 53 and 515 who's in that third position. Well, I've just got to check as they come through at the moment. 515, and we've got stuff down there at the stretch. It's all right, we're going to leave that there, no serious problems. But what we've got to watch is what's happening up front, because it's still John Lund in car number 53 from Junior Wayman in car number 515. Just checking on that third position, and it's 85. Ray Tilsley has moved up into third position. Tilsley is up into third place in car number 85, and he really is rattling around there, but he gets a poke from the car that was immediately behind him. And who was it that popped it in there? Well, in fact, it was Derek Fairhurst in car number 218, and Fairhurst has moved up into that third place, and my goodness me, did he put Tilsley away on that turn. But Ray Tilsley will be anxious to return the compliment if he can. Still up front though, it's John Lund in car number 53. There's just about 7 cars still on the lead lap, and the first and second places could be that Junior Wayman's just waiting his chance perhaps as he winds it up. Lund once again being held back by those back markers, but not for very long. Junior Wayman in distance, and it's halfway next time, Mr. Starder. Halfway next time, and it could happen on that turn. Junior Wayman gets caught up, and it's Junior Wayman who's going to go into the lead there as he pushes John Lund wide. John Lund slows down, and it's Junior Wayman who's taken over in car number 515. John Lund still in that second place though, I think, in car number 53. Just whether that'll be confirmed or not, we'll just have to wait and see. And another head to the side of me says we've got wave yellows, Mr. Starder. Wave yellows, Mr. Starder, please. Wave yellows. So we've got wave yellows then. So we've got a problem, I think, over on that far side there, just... All right, the black flag for 35, please, the black for 35, and your leader is 515. We'll bring them to a halt down there, on the starting side. In car number 240. That's been sorted out. The car's brought to a halt. We're still under wave yellows, remember, which means that there can be no outside assistance as far as cars are concerned.
Radio, please, Mr. Reese. To the radio, please.
Mobile cars, this could be interesting. There are just, in fact, 4 cars, would you believe, on the lead lap of those that are running. And so the greens go away. go again. Junior Wayman in car number 515 and John Lund in car number 53 chasing each other down the home stretch and into turns 1 and 2. Third man some way down and right behind. There goes Peter Fording in car number 33. Bruce Junior Wayman in car number 515 belting down the home straight once again into the back of the turn with John Lund in pursuit, car number 53. Junior Wayman goes a little bit wide, but not wide enough for John Lund to get through in car number 53 there, so he's still there. 53 and John Lund chasing each other all the way around with these cars that are still left. Down the home stretch again, into turns 1 and 2, no change up front. Derek Fairhurst still in third position in car number 218. Peter Fording fourth in car number 33. Junior Wayman pulling a little bit away now from the man who was likely to challenge him most, John Lund in car number 53. Down that far side, still Junior Wayman in 515 from John Lund in car number 53. Derek Fairhurst somewhere behind in third position in car number 218, and then goes Peter Fording in car number 33. He's in fourth place. As to the rest, well, that needs sorting. We've certainly got the first four. As they move rapidly around here, John Lund getting a little bit closer to Junior Wayman there. And will it be a matter in the closing stage of a little bit of the old bumper work? John Lund almost loses it there. John almost lost it there. And that's surely going to enable Junior Wayman to get away. And there's 5 laps next time, Mr. Starter. Ze hebben nog 500 te gaan. De koploper, nummer 312. Aan de overkant van de baan. Links komen ze weer. There is ons koploper, Junior Wayman. Junior Wayman then the leader in car number 515 from 53. John Lund in that second place, and we're in the closing stages of this event. They haven't looked back under the horn, less than that now, 5 laps to go, or less, as they move around this turn with Junior Wayman there. Oh, and Junior Wayman gets caught. Junior Wayman gets caught, and John Lund is going through. John Lund is going to lean on John, and they both caught up. And it's John Lund who breaks away, and they're neck and neck as they go down that far side, and it's John Lund who streaks away down that back straight from Junior Wayman in 515, and Lund is in the lead in car number 53 from Junior Wayman in 515, and they put a back marker behind them there, and Junior's losing a little bit of ground as John streaks away in car number 53. It is still 515, Junior Wayman though in pursuit, close to or right away from the rest of the field as they go down that back straight. Lund is opening up a gap in car number 53. Is he going to retain this title in the closing stages of this event? John Lund in car number 53 down the home stretch, underneath the starters roster. It goes into turns 1 and 2 on the Bradford Bend with Junior Wayman still in pursuit in car number 515, and those two are right out on their own. And can John Lund hold on as they go with 33? Peter Fording in third place, and what a drive from Peter Fording. And as they come through, the board goes out, and John Lund in car number 53. Is he going to retain his title as he goes round the turns 1 and 2 again, down the back straight for the last time? John Lund in the lead in car number 53, and it looks as if he's going to retain this title from Junior Wayman in 515 into the turn for the last time. Here he comes across the line, and he retains the title, ladies and gentlemen, the 1997 World Champion, John Lund, number 53, with Junior Wayman in car number 515, and keep them going, Mr. Starter, because they're well spread. You must keep them going, please. Ready now, please. Well. Absolutely incredible was that one. Absolutely beautiful. John Lund retaining his title number 53 from Junior Wayman in car number 212 and 33, Peter Fording in third place. A wonderful drive from Peter Fording. Remember, he came in as a reserve and he takes a place on the roster as number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, John Lund. Wonderful. And there's a nice gesture from Junior Wayman, ladies and gentlemen, there. A handshake. A sporting gesture. Handshake them up there. Peter Fording, what a drive from Peter in third position.
holding there, congratulating John Lund. And Stuart Smith there, that's a very nice touch. Congratulating John on equalling his record as a 6 times world champion. Until fuel samples have been taken from the cars and checked in the laboratory. But John Lund there for on top of the world.
It's the hardest race I've ever been in. I must commiserate with Frank, he drove really well, and at this bottom corner we were tangled together and it really was anybody's race. But I was lucky, I bounced off, managed to get going first. But I'd like to thank all the lads who have helped me, and especially the spectators who supported me for the last 20 years. It's all these people and the atmosphere that really keeps me going. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody. Well done once again, John Lund!
John Lund there thanking his fans for all their support, his mechanics and the crew for their hard work as well. John, of course, had extensive damage to his car at Coventry just a few weeks ago.
Quick word with Frankie Wayman Jr. What was that race like for you? It was a great race from up there.
Absolutely brilliant. Loved every minute of it. The car just bounced out there and caught me, and John got me back up. But you know, that's stock car race. I'm very chuffed with second. It's good to come second to John because he's a real good driver.
I guess a little bit of disappointment, perhaps, but you must have thought maybe this is it. I guess when you was out in front.
Yeah, I got a good lead on John. I thought that's it. I would have settled down, only a few laps left. And then we just caught that car, like I said. I mean, a third last year, second this year, next year maybe.
Maybe. Okay, Frankie Wayman Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
A reasonable start. Track, there were a fair few carnages about, and I knew I'd got to get going. The restart didn't really do me no favours. I was struggling with the clutch and the gearbox, but managed to hold on and persevere for a bit further up.
Good third place. At any time in the race did you think perhaps you had a chance to get into the front there?
Realistically, no. There was a lot of good drives out front. I thought some of them would cock each other up, but I didn't think they'd all end up taking themselves out. And I'm very, very happy with third place. It was a good drive, and well done to the other two.
Well done, Peter Folding! Third place!
Go then, John. Well, John Lund, congratulations. What a way to win a title.
That was just an unbelievable race. The first 10 laps were really hard. I felt like I was making the gaps and Frank was following me. And then I got delayed and he got through. And we were both about the same speed, and then they stopped hitting. We were like dueling together, and I made a bit of a mistake down there, went too wide. But I managed to crawl it back, and it just got held up for a fraction of a second, we got hooked. Could have been anybody's.
It certainly could. Were you worried when you tagged the wall on the back straight there? I thought that was it for you then.
Well, I was going wider and wider and trying to get more momentum, and it was working. I was gaining on him a bit, and I just went a little bit too much, and just lost a bit of grip. And
had you thought about taking Frankie into the wall or to a dead car when you got hooked up?
No, not really. I had a job to catch him, to be honest. It was just keep you cool and try and roll off without doing any damage, that's the thing. If you get excited, you cock it up.
We saw a nice touch there on the line. Stu Smith came down and shook you by the hand. You are now a record equalling world champion.
Not equal. Well, I don't know whether we can ever equal Stuart, but we do our best.
Well, we'll certainly try. That's 53, the 1997 champion of the world, John Lund. John, congratulations. On the rostrum, the driver of 33, Peter Folding. Peter came from all the way at the back of the 36-car grid to take third.
Okay, in second place, he led the world final. Didn't quite come first. What a great race. Second place, Frankie Wayman Jr.
There's Frankie saluting to the fans. Very popular second place. Frankie, a lot of fans here at Bradford, of course, his local track.
as Mr. Justin Smalley there presenting the trophy away.
Very nice trophy to Frankie there. Representative from McDonald's there presenting the trophy. It's McDonald's putting their money into this World Championship race, and very happy we are that they do that. There goes John. Oh, he's very happy. John presented with his trophy there, and of course the famous World Championship trophy. John almost losing the trophy there. What can you say about this man, John Lund? It was exactly 10 years ago that he won his first World Championship race, 1987 at Bellevue. He went on to retain that at 1988 at Hennisford. And then he won the title again in 1991, back at Hennisford. 1992, he won the title here at Bradford, and of course 1996, won at Coventry. Now he is the 1997 champion of the world at Odsall, John Lund. Frankie Wayman Jr. in second place, and an excellent drive from Peter Folding to get third. As with all motor racing events, the champagne is coming here. John a bit slow on the uptake with the champagne there. Frankie's yeah. Oh, Frankie's soaking Mr. Lone, and Peter's getting on the out as well. Yeah, absolutely good soaking there.
I tell you, Mr. John Lund has got a fantastic smile on his face tonight.
Thank you, John Lund managed to get absolutely soaked, and Frankie and Peter come out relatively dry out of that. John can't see a thing now.
Peter Folding, three fantastic stock car drivers. We're going to put them all on that truck very shortly, and they're coming round for a lap of honour. You can't beat Bradford on World Final Night, the Odsall Stadium. I know, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to make so much noise. I think you'll be quite happy about that. It's number 69, Minnie Meyer. 69, Minnie Meyer.
So Frank Wayman second place. Yeah, not too bad, eh?
Said I'd be there, didn't I?
You certainly did say you'd be there. Yeah, that was one heck of a race.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, so we're leading it. Got past John over there, he hit a car and it passed. I thought, here we go. And got a bit of a break, and I thought, this is it. And then a car just bounced out in front of me there, just caught me front. Now, lucky to get away with it, you know. And then me and John got tangled up down there. I thought, oh my God, here we go, you know. But absolutely brilliant. No, I mean, you know, you got like top three drivers, like I think in like the country, who got first, second, and third. So I'm really pleased.
Yeah, certainly. We saw you hook up with John Lund there, going around turns 1 and 2. Did you think he was going to try and put you in the wall, put you in a dead car?
No, because it were a case of he had to get off. He couldn't have gone over because he'd have probably punctured his tyre. So like we're trying to get off together so we could both carry on. You know, in them situations, if you try and do something daft, you're both out. And like John knows that, and he was just trying to back off a bit there to get away, and then he just got a bit of a break on me, and that were it. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, towards the end there, John tagged the back straight wall and lost some ground. It was certainly lost.
Yeah, I was watching him at mirror, I thought he's going to have a dive now, and he just bloody went in big time. I thought, shit, this is it, you know, I've got to break everything. I was away the biz, you know. Got second, that's good enough for me.
Well, a good result and certainly an excellent race for the fans. Congratulations, Frankie Wayman Jr. Well done, Frank.
Cheers.
The truck now. We're also going to suspend the best finishing Dutch driver, Minnie Meyer, around on the lap of honour as well. So give him a nice cheer. Give them all a nice cheer. They'll be coming your way very shortly.
Get forward.
The back of the truck, John Lund coming round. Where's John going? John's going to sit on the front, I think. No, John's going to stand on the front. John, let's sit on the front on the roof. There we go. Positive army of fans there. Everybody delighted. And a massive reaction from the crowd. The winner's car following them around as well.
Gentlemen, come on now. Down that far side, let's hear it for the 1997 World Champion, 53, John Lund, the man who tried so hard and finished in second place, 515, Junior Wayman, and right from the back of the grid in third position, 33.
Well, with me, Peter Falding. Peter, third from the back of the grid. What a drive!
Yeah, that's right. I had to get going early on and made all the running. There were a few accidents up front, but that's racing.
Did the caution help you?
No, the caution didn't do me no favours whatsoever. There were a few back markers in front of me, and it just boxed them all up, whereas I could have passed them easier through the race than as it all ended up. Took me a long time to get through, but there you go.
You get there in the end. You've done this before, of course, at Bradford, get on the rostrum from the back of the grid.
Yeah, that's right. I don't quite think they're at... I mean, I counted up when I was out there, and I were on like row 19, so... I mean, 18, 20, 18, well, there's a few cars.
Yes. Certainly, yeah. You must have been quite happy when you heard from Gazbot that he was not racing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's always sad to see people drop out. It's the premier event of the season. But it's lucky for me. There you go.
There you go. Third place on the roster, and congratulations, Peter Falding. Well done.
Gets caught up with the USA star there, and Andrew Smith winds it up and tries to get there. The bumper's going in and trying to push Lund aside. Junior Wayman shoves it in there, and that in fact has created problems for Andrew Smith and Junior Wayman. Andrew Smith goes, and Junior Wayman moves through to second place halfway next time, and it could happen on that turn. Junior Wayman gets caught up, and it's Junior Wayman who's going to go into the lead there as he pushes John Lund wide. John Lund slows down, and it's Junior Wayman who's taken over in car number 515. John Lund still in that second place, though, I think, in car number 53. Cars on the grid for this event. We race over 16 laps here in Dirk Autos up the bar. Race out over 16 London. Problems over on that far side. The one man involved there is car number 493. He goes bouncing out all over the place and is about to resume. That's Andy Powell in car number 493. Steve Toohan in the spot of bother in car number 201, and that Consolation there. A lot of cars still running. The Dutchman, car number 1, right in the middle of the home straight there amongst a whole pack of cars, manages to avoid any ongoing problems. 25, Barry Paardenkoper from the Netherlands is the man who's in the lead at the moment. And that could be quite interesting. Digging his way nicely through the field, keeping out of trouble, comes into the home stretch under the starter's rostrum. Barry Paardenkoper in car number 25, that's the man who's leading. The Dutchman hoping perhaps to bring a little bit of honour to and for the Netherlands tonight. Oh, he's not going to do it that way. He slipped and slid right out over there, which could well mean a change. And let's see as they come through, and in fact it does mean a change because it's car number 421 who's gone into the lead. Nigel Wilkinson from Harrogate in car number 421 goes into the lead. Barry Barney-Coper goes on the inside line there in an effort to get through. Wilkinson's gone on the outside, and it's still very close, and it looks as if it could be Barney-Coper who goes back into the lead, but certainly he loses it again in the midst of the fray there, gets held off, and we've got wave yellows, Mr. Starter, please. Wave yellows. The leader is still H25, Mr. Starter, from H99 in second place, so if you could stop them when they come through. H25 and H99 first and second. Greens are down, we're underway again. Car number 25, remember, Barry Barney-Coper in the lead from car number 99. Johan Katzberg, another Nederlandse, in that second position. 338. Chris Box up in third place, and the two Netherlands couriers have a little go there at each other as they come out of turn 4. Barney-Coper in the lead in car number 25 from Johan Katzberg in car number 99. From 338, Chris Box up in third place. Also racing up there is Mick Harris in car number 8. He's kept a pretty good ship, and Steve Burgess is there as well in car number 389. Now the field is a big field of 34 cars that started this event, well spread now. And and that's a shame for Barney-Coper. He goes on that turn after tangling with another Dutchman, car number 1. And so the battle is on now with Johan Katzberg in number 99 going into the lead for just a little while, but coming through on the inside goes the number 338 car of Chris Box up, and we're at the halfway stage, Mr. Starter. Oh, and he's over, and he's back on all 4 wheels. We're at the halfway, Mr. Starter. Now just checking that the driver's all okay on that turn there. He flipped over, came back onto the wheels, but he's still okay. Wave yellows go out again, wave yellows again. 338 your leader, Mr. Starter. The driver out of that car, I think he's all okay. The car rolls straight over and bounced back on its side again. So there's the green flag going down, and number 338, Chris Box up, is the man who's in the lead with 391. Andy Smith right behind him and already beginning to jostle positions, and that will surely change in a moment. Little touch of the bump on that turn. Chris Box up, pushed out wide. The man who comes through the home straight away with 5 next time, Mr. Starter, Andrew Smith in car number 391. He leads from Jamie Davison in car number 464. Chris Box up in 338. First, second and third. Another little bit of an altercation as the two cars exit from turn 2. They break apart, continue running. Andrew Smith are in the lead in car number 391. From Jamie Davidson, car number 464. Chris Box up in 338, first, second and third. and indeed the first, second and third placemen getting well spaced. So we just check that through. Chris Boxop still in the frame in car number 338. There's the leader, 391. Andrew Smith from Jamie Davison in 464. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Andy Turner's up there somewhere in car number 488, because he seems to have been driving that car pretty well. Once again, this consolation event has seen a lot of carnage and damage around the raceway, with less than half the field that actually gridded originally. Oh, and there's another problem. Another car goes straight in there. And it was number 35, I think, that went in there. Kermit Hink. And there's the checkered flag. It's going to go down for Andrew Smith in car number 391. Rest of them coming through. Once again, this consolation event spread over a couple of laps, hence the cars are still running so that we can get all the placings. And that'll do us. Thank you, Ian. Reds, please. Originally. Oh, and there's another problem. The car goes straight in there. Number 338 car of Chris Boxop, and we're at the halfway stage, Mr. Starter. Oh, and he's over and he's back on all four wheels. We're at the halfway, Mr. Starter. By Lily Telford. Let's hear it for the winner of that event, 391, Andy Smith.
Well done, Andy. What happened in the World Final? Was just a crash?
Yeah, just coming round. In fact, John got bought by some back markers. I was just feeling my way and taking it steady. We weren't giving it full throttle. And we got in the traffic, and I laid a big one on Rob Cowley and John. And Rob went wide, and young Wayman saw his chance. He just kept pushing me, and I just got hooked up and spun out. But in a way, I'm glad that if I had to watch the rest of the race, I couldn't have seen a better race. It was a cracking stock car race. Two men who were on top of the job, and really entertaining.
Well done, Andy Smith.
Sponsored by Telegraph and Argus. Racing over 20 laps. Greens go down first time. The power comes on as one would expect, and it's going to be all systems go as they go charging down the home straight. Series of drivers there, and it's 277. Martin Southwell over on that far side, who leads them from Tony O'Reilly in car number 198. First and second places with Gary Utley there by the look of it in car number 489. Those are the three cars that lead the pack down the home straight. Utley certainly there. So's Derek Fairhurst in car 218, and that puts him in a very good position in the early stages of this event. Right behind him is number 34, Mal Brown. That's another man who can move around here very nicely. And Chris Boxop hasn't had a bad old deal in the supporting heats at all in car number 338. They come through again, the lead cars, and it's 277. Martin Southwell still there, goes out a little bit wide again on the Bradford turn, but not wide enough to allow Utley to go through or get closer to him. Derek Fairhurst gets himself in trouble in car number 218 with Chris Boxop in 338, and that's put Fairhurst well down after he was doing so very, very well. There's a little bit of bumper work going on down there, and that's 34, Mal Brown. And again, the leader's being challenged, and in fact the leader hits the timber bulk, and takes the timber block by the look of it right across the track, which he's done. Wage yellows, Mr. Starter, please. Wage yellows. 4.89 your leader, Mr. Starter, 4.89. Brown requiring a push start, car number 34, which he gets. Very ugly, remember. And, the 4.89 car, the man who's headed the pack. Down go the greens. 4.89, 34. And Ray Torsley in trouble in car number 85. In fact, he's caught up and slipped off on the Bradford turn. So it's a question of seeing if Utley can now maintain his pace at the moment. Car number 4.89, 34. And 3.83, Dave Johnson. Those are the first three as they move down that back straight in this final. Sponsored by McDonald's and the Telegraph. So let's keep an eye on them very carefully. Gary Utley putting on a good show so far in car number 4.89. Mal Brown not too far behind him, and Dave Johnson, I'm sure it is, in car number 3.83 in that third position. And none of the head at the side of me indicates that that's right. Whilst in fourth position is Barry Harris in car number 97. Moving up back into fifth position is Derek Fairhurst in car number 218 over on that far side. And it's Junior Wayman, I think, who's coming through as well now very, very rapidly in car number 515. And indeed that too is confirmed. So this field, which has already got quite a few of the cars sidelined at either end of the track, has spread a little, given a bit more room for the rest of the cars to manoeuvre around here, which they're doing nicely. 4.89, 34 and 3.83, the first, second and third. No change places there. Mal Brown, in fact, doing a bit of a strange thing up on that turn, and he looks to me as if he can have a go at Johnson, which he does, and he really does give Johnson a smack. And they both go there. Whoops, straight across the track. Tim O'Rourke in there. That could be dodgy. Wave yellows, Mr. Starter. Wave yellows. Four, 4.89, still your leader, Mr. Starter. 4.89. Getting underway. Green flag goes down. Utley's still there in car number 4.89. Murray Harrison in that second position in car number 97. And he's going to remove Utley from that number one slot, which he does on the Bradford turn. Uses the bumper, pushes Gary Utley wide, and it's Murray Harrison who goes into the lead. Car number 97 with Dave Beresford in third position by the look of it. Halfway this time, Mr. Starter. So at the halfway stage, we've got car number 97, the leader, of Gary Utley in car number 4.89. And Dave Beresford in third place in car number 260, followed by 277, I think, or could be 77. It is 77, Ian Platts. Into the home straight away. Harrison there, already drawing away from the rest of the field. From Utley in car number 4.89, first to the second. Then Beresford in car number 260, first, second, third. Peter Fording finds himself in a spotted bother in car number 33. The man who was dishing it out was in fact the Scotsman, car number 255 was really dishing it out there. That was Eric Brown in number 255. and decided to have a little niggle with Peter Fording in car number 33. They have sorted themselves out now. In fact, Peter's broken away from any further attentions that might have been thrown his way. And Murray Harrison in car number 97 still dominates in car 97. That's out there in the lead. From Utley in car number 489 in that second place, and Beresford third in car number 260. Then we've got Andy Smith, I think, now in car number 391. Paul Harrison in car number 2, and Ian Platts in car number 77. That's the way they're spread, with 5 next time, Mr. Starler. So with 5 laps to go. Who is it going to be? Car number 226, he's been lapped over that far side by the lead cars. Murray Harrison in car number 97 has streaked away, absolutely streaked away from the field. Car very much on song, quite obviously. He eases it down the back straight, open up a huge gap between the first and second places. Remember, it's still Gary Utley in car number 489 who's in that second place. It reads 97, 489, 260, and number 2. Not much more time left for anybody to do much. The board going to have 2 laps, I think that is, that's just gone out there. And there it is, thank you Ian, the last lap board going out for the man who looks all set now to take this one. Murray Harrison in car number 97, and he'll be delighted with Murray if he can clock this one under his belt. 489 Gary Utley, done well in that car. He really has powered it through there nicely, and has driven it well to maintain the second place in the final. And here he comes, over the line he goes to take tonight's grand final, sponsored by the Telegraph and McDonald's. Murray Harrison, car number 97, from Gary Utley in 489, and Dave Beresford in car number 260. 1 or 2 more to come. Thank you, Ian. Reds, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight. Well, your winner tonight is, of course, Murray Harrison. Well, your winner tonight is, of course, Murray Harrison.
I badly wanted it this year. I thought we was capable of doing it, but this makes up a little bit for it.
Did you enjoy it? A little bit of disappointment for the world.
The winner of that event, ladies and gentlemen, there is Murray Harrison.
Yeah, well pleased with the car. We gambled on some ideas with the car and they were brilliant, Lord. Thank me crew, thank me sponsors, brilliant.
Well done, your final winner tonight, winner of the Harry Smith Memorial Cup, Murray Harrison.
Greens are down, we're underway. 34 cars on the track. And the man in inside pole position was Dutchman Barry Baardikoper in number 25. Well, these Reds are getting themselves in a bit of a mess down here on the home straight. But it certainly isn't as yet worrying the lead cars. But it's number 277, Martin Southwell, who clips 4 cars already parked up there, and that's put him out of contention. And already we've got several casualties around the raceway. 34 cars had started, and already this event is taking its toll. It is Barry Baardikoper in car number 25 who leads. From number 99, Johan Katzberg. 2 Nederlanders in first and second places. 2 Dutchmen in first and second places. So, Baardikoper doing quite well at the moment, but a long way to go, of course. Nice though if we finish the afternoon and evening off with a Dutch victory. Murray Harrison's come to grief right in front of race control down there on the start-finish line. Oh, and there's more problems over on the far side. And there's a car skating out all over the place and eventually gets clipped. And that was Lou Volus, I think, in car number 22. Still Baardikoper in car number 25. And Fairhurst has moved up, I think, in 218 into second position. Noah Brown third in car number 34, so that's the situation. Now Baardikoper has got a good lead in car number 25. Moving up into second place goes Mal Brown in car number 34 for a little while at least. But it's Fairhurst who tries to dive down off the Bradford turn to get back underneath him. Didn't quite happen. Oh, and the leader's gone. The leader's disappeared. Baardikoper has departed on turn 3 and 4 after doing so well. And so the leader now is Mal Brown in car number 34 from Derek Fairhurst in car number 218. First, second and third, 99, Johan Katzberg. He's in third position. And that's the halfway. So we're at the halfway stage. Try and keep the cars going if we can, all being well. So everything all okay. And it's a question of back to the front of the pack to see what's going on. Oops, there's another one just gone quite rapidly on that. That was the Dutchman H1, I think, that's just slid down there. And so Fairhurst, by the look of it, with 5 next time, start of 5 next time. Fairhurst in 218. He's the man leading the pack. Mal Brown just behind him, knowing car number 34, and those two might well exchange their positions before the checker goes down for the final time tonight. Down the back straight, in goes the bumper there, and Mal Brown cooked that one beautifully there, put it through. What a shame that he then got tangled up, because he really did a nice little move there. He departs though, so that's surely going to put Fairhurst in a very, very good position indeed. 99, Johan Katzberg in second place, 489 in third position. Gary Utley third in car number 489. So Johan Katzberg doing quite nicely in car number 99. And that was Frankie Wayman, I think, in 212. He's just gone into the fence on the Bradford turn. He looks to be all okay though, so no need to worry about that too much. Last lap board going out for Fairhurst in car number 218. And Johan Katzberg, he slipped right out there. It looked as if he was going to put pay to his second place, which would have been a great shame because he's driven well. There's the checkered. Fairhurst takes it in car number 218 from second placeman Johan Katzberg in car number 99. Leatherless, thank you. If we can have the reds, please.
Moving up into second place goes Mal Brown in car number 34 for a little while at least. But it's Fairhurst who tries to dive down off the Bradford turn to get back underneath him. Didn't quite happen. But Baden-Kolper has departed on turn 3 and 4 after doing so well. But there, and Mal Brown cooked that one beautifully there. Put it through. What a shame that he then got tangled up, because he really did a nice little move there.
So,